Am I there? I'm like, thank y'all for joining me whenever you get this. I don't have anybody waiting. I'm just jumping on because my camera was tripping. But thank you for joining me. Now, people of the world, I want to welcome you wherever you may be in the world. I know a lot of y'all have heard, like I have heard, that Ernesto Williams is not technically divorced from his previous wife or wives, but I want you to know that this does not relieve Shirley Strawberry of financial responsibility and liability as far as any coercion between her and Ernesto with these alleged crimes. Now, even if Ernesto Williams is married, y'all got to consider the example of Ike and Tina Turner. Ike was married like 10 times before Tina and didn't divorce none of his wives. Yet, the judge ruled in Anna Mae Bullock's favor based on common law marriage and other things. So when you hire slick, high-powered attorneys, that helps them, you get a good ruling by a judge. So she can walk away from the relationship. Like people walk away from relationships all the time without getting divorced. I don't think you get sued anymore these days for adultery. But Shirley is still probably in a world of trouble. And it seems like Shirley Strawberry doesn't have any history of being in trouble before Ernesto Williams. He brought all this mess to her life, but I think she kind of knew what she signed up for. I did a couple of other videos about this, and I'm just like exercising responsibility, jumping on. You see, I don't know if you notice in my background, and I'm in a very relaxing location, but this story, it shows what goes on in a lot of people's lives. But Shirley is like a very, very public figure. That's why this even, it like hits home. And a lot of things that she's going through, people in my family have gone through. Some of them I've gone through because I've dealt with some dusty players. It's a lot of players out here, but for a public figure that advises people about getting played, it kind of doesn't make sense. So on one hand, I sympathize with her as a woman, but on the other hand, it's like, Shirley, you've been in the game too long to not know that something was up with this dude. I mean, he sounds like a degenerate anyway. I'm sure he has his charm. Maybe he has some dreamy eyes or something, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. But the side chick business, I've said it in another video, that's the least of her worries. She's going to have financial responsibility just because she signed so many contracts with him. I think they bought a home together. You don't have to be married to somebody to be their business partner and be liable for mistakes that have happened. When you join together in business, that's like a marriage too. Actually, marriage is a business, and she's been with him over 7 years. So there's probably going to be some common law stuff coming into play. So Shirley is not really, she'll get off the hook for some things, perhaps. We have to see. This will play out in court. This will be a drama playing out in court. But what's very interesting is that someone mentioned to me that Shirley also dated Ernesto while he was engaged to another radio personality, Ebony Steele. Somebody let me know about that. They were going to the same hairdresser, and Ernesto Williams pushed up on Shirley while he was engaged to Ebony, formerly of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Is his a morning show? But the Ricky Smiley Show. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read you this article. It reads, this is long before this drama came out. This article was written. Let me get to it. Radio personalities Ebony Steele and Shirley Strawberry have more than just being female cohorts on a popular morning show in common. It is a morning show. They also share the same man. Steele, the talented but ousted co-host of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, was engaged to a former felon before he moved on and is now engaged to Shirley Strawberry. Now, see, this was written when she was engaged. This is years ago. The current, but stick with me because it gets juicier. The current co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Now, not what you usually have in mind when you think of a love triangle. According to both sandarosa.com and rhymeswithsnitch.com, they said the similarly built women who favor each other from a facial standpoint also share a similar taste in men. Okay, just wait. This is what rhymeswithsnitch.com had to say. This is the juicy stuff. Here's the tea. This dude is the ex-boyfriend of former Ricky Smiley Show co-host Ebony Steele. He is an ex-con hustler who was seriously involved with Ebony for over 2 years. He came up with using her after he first got out of prison. The man don't mind going to jail. She thought he was going to marry her. They were engaged. Oh shoot, I messed it up. After he was done with her, he came up on Shirley at the hair salon that Ebony was going to at the time. Now, less than a year after breaking Ebony's heart, he is proposing to Shirley. Then they wrote hell to the now. Wow. You know that's Ernesto's favorite word, but that's what they wrote. What's more interesting about this article is that someone commented on it in 2014. No, they commented on it 4 years ago. This article was written in 2014. They were already laying out that Ernesto is a snake, okay? And Shirley, check out what this person in the comments that is writing something personal that they were personally scammed by Ernesto. This is what they wrote. Ebony Steele, God just protected you from the con artist Ernest Levert Williams, and Shirley Strawberry paid to have all his records sealed. Then she hashtagged 107.9 FM, Claudia Jordan, Ricky Smiley Show, and she goes on. Ebony Steele, head crack, hot spot, Steve Harvey Morning Show. Shirley Strawberry knows how he stole from me and my elderly mom. And his son is laid up in the hospital in Atlanta and hide my vehicle that is reported stolen. Karma. She writes also this. This is a mess. I'm getting to it. I gotta scroll down. And I have more about the con artist. When he got out of prison the first time, he worked for me, borrowed from me to open his own shop, and has now hustled me and my mom's social security numbers to start a trucking company. Him and his son stole trucks and money from me. Now, this is just an allegation, but they were bold enough to put this in print. And it leads me to believe that Shirley knew to a degree what she was getting into. I mean, she's a mature woman. I'm sure he probably had a moment where he was like kind of coming clean with her. And she probably said, baby, we can leave all that in the past. Long as you rock with me and we straight and we make moves together. Because even in the prison, in the jail calls, Shirley is like, you need to change some stuff, like with these warrants, the way you move it. She knows about all these warrants. How clear she was is a question. But these crimes and these wives and them taking her truck for the victims, Shirley might want to think about talking to the authorities now. She already filed for divorce, so she should be ready to talk to the authorities. She should be ready to get back at this man. He sounds like a degenerate. He has done things against the females in her family. He don't seem to mind dragging females down and just using them up like an old piece of napkin and just tossing them away. Because he had to know that a lot of this was going to fall on Shirley. And I kind of think if it wasn't for these leaked jail calls, Shirley might reconcile with him, but it's all so public. I mean, it seems okay. She stopped talking to him in April, but I haven't heard of her wanting to divorce him until all this came out. But I'm saying, Shirley girl, Miss Shirley Strawberry, do not reconcile. Get yourself some puppies, get yourself some therapy, and get a restraining order on him with them puppies. Whatever you get, kittens, don't let them nowhere near him. I just wonder how this man hustled up on Shirley in the first place. This is a mess. And now this woman has all these crimes to sift through. She's going to have to go through some interrogation. It's a mess. But do y'all that Shirley Strawberry was privy to the information about his dirty deeds, or, I mean, I don't think she could be that in the dark. I don't think it was really, I'm sorry, I don't think it was really about love. I'm sure he enjoyed his time with her, whining and dining and going on red carpets and stuff. But love, this man seems so scandalous. He's just a player. It actually, it may not be nothing wrong with hanging out with a player, but you're supposed to be ahead of the game. You're not supposed to be getting played, especially in that kind of age. But Shirley is like, it's like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Like she's just like in denial. I, you know, I hate to see a woman go down like this, but it does not look good for her. It doesn't look good in the court of public opinion, and I don't think this is going to play out well. How can it? They took her truck, but talk to the authorities. They might give you your truck back, Shirley, and get you some therapy, get you some rest and relaxation. And I'm practicing what I preach. I thank y'all for joining me. If you're watching me now or you're going to see me later, I just jumped on live. Maybe I'll do this again when I get to my home setting, but my camera was acting up. I'm just like, I can't record, so let me just go live. I appreciate y'all. Please let me know what y'all think and follow me. I've done stories mentioning I mentioned Ike Tina Turner. I've done videos on them. I have a playlist because I actually worked with the great Ike Turner and his family. I know their whole family, Tina's mama, her sister, and I've done in-depth videos about that. So please check those out. And until the next time, y'all keep living your life like it's golden. Peace. I'm a sign out. Peace, peace, peace.